boot fans, welcome on in. Right here today we've got the brand new version of the Puma King. This is the Puma King 2 just released. You might remember that the previous version of the boot was called the Puma King 2013, so there has been a slight naming convention change to this release. But we're going to take a look at these up close, look at that older generation model, and let you know what they have on offer performance wise. And we'll kick it all off with the forefoot, which features a full grain leather upper. On older generations of the King you would have found a K leather, but that has changed over the last few renditions. Nobody's really complaining about it. People like the soft touch feel and control that is offered by this full grain leather upper. As you can tell, it's very supple. It has that leather feel to it and sound. The forefoot features this stitching. It's kind of in its boxed panel design. Slightly unusual. For those of you that don't know, the reason that companies add some stitching like this is to generate some extra padding in the region, and also to allow for some stretch as you wear them. So if they're tight from first wear, they do loosen ever so slightly thanks to that stitching that's in place. The main talking point of this boot comes in the form of this new EverFit lacing system. As you'll see, the lacing system is pretty standard until you get up to these lime green eyelets. And this is part of the material that runs around the midfoot on both sides and underneath the boot. It's locked in underneath the boot. And its purpose is to give you a secured fit and also to like cradle your foot. So basically, as you pull those laces tight, it pulls that material. And depending on how tight you want your boots and how snug you want them, it generates this contoured fit around your foot, which is a nice little addition. I like it. The material itself, you can see it through these perforations, and again, it is on both sides of the boot. And as I said, it runs underneath the sole plate and it's locked in place down there. In terms of the sole plate, let's talk about that real quick. You get the very same stud configuration as we found on the 2013 edition, and that comes in the form of these conical studs and these kind of like misshaped studs that run around the outside, and they also sit on the heel. This is an ideal boot if you are playing on FG and AG surfaces. So if you're looking for a boot that transcends between both surfaces, this is a solid option. It has that low profile, so it gives you good good footing, good traction on different surfaces. And obviously the conical shape is easier release from AG surfaces. If we look at it compared to the previous model, just to show you real quick, I'll bring in the 2013 model. Again, the sole plate is identical. There's nothing changed there. Same as the insole, it's the very same. And then you get a heel counter on both boots, but it's been redesigned on the Puma King 2. Slightly different. It's this blue paneled region with this nice king hit on the back of the boot. That's nice. And it runs around to the other side of the boot, so you know that you're protected in play from any challenges from behind that come low on your heel. They weigh in at 8.7 ounces, which again is a really nice weight point for control, heritage style release. A lot of people have commented on the fact that nobody is really wearing the Puma King boot right now, and that has a lot to do with the fact that during the summer, Puma decided that the Evo Power and the Evo Speed were the two boots they wanted to focus on. There was no re-release or new release of the King, so a lot of players switched over due to marketing reasons. Now, whether that means the King is going to have players come back to it or not, I'm not too sure. It depends on what sort of marketing strategy Puma want to go with. But the King kind of sells itself. It's a traditional boot with a lot of history, and we know that people kind of flock to it for that reason. One other thing, through the tongue, it's kind of been redesigned, and the fact that you get this extra padding, and this unusual, these two yellow lines, these two ridges, they're more so there for visual appearance, but they do have some extra definition to them, just in case you were wondering. It's pretty light definition though, there's not much material in it. And again, you get some added padding down towards the bottom of the tongue. Really quickly, to compare them to the 2013 model in terms of the forefoot, both of them feature a full grain leather upper. It is more so to do with the stitching that things have been changed. As I said, you'll see how that Puma has been removed and the new King symbol has been implemented. And then obviously that EverFit lacing system that's on the King 2. So the King 13 has been retired, and this is the new boot that is replacing it. Before you leave, definitely appreciate if you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll leave another link on the screen if you want to stay updated on all our latest videos. You guys subscribe and I'll keep putting these videos up of the latest boot unboxings. And before you leave, hit up the comment section down below. Let us know what you think of this release. Do you like this new EverFit lacing system? And do you think Puma have gone the right direction with this release? I'll get involved in your conversation down below. This has been the Puma King 2. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching.